Sorry, I was just making some settings there. I apologize. As I was rubbing my eye earlier, and then I started rubbing the other one, so my eyes are just. I was just rubbing the shit out of my eyes. So now my eyes are just all allergied up. Anyway, I'm drinking this specifically for the caffeine, so give me a second. I'm gonna get through this, and then we're gonna have some discussion while I eat my food here. Yeah, purely for the caffeine this time, so give me a second to consume this. It's cold, so I'm not gonna just like. Maybe brag, it's 25 degrees. That's why you hear the heat. You just hear it. So anyway, well, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Because if I don't get through this, I'm gonna start talking. This can is bigger. I thought so. I was like looking at this can. I'm like looking at it. I'm like thinking to myself. I'm like, you know, it looks bigger. It feels bigger. I'm like thinking this the whole time. I'm like, I feel like I should have been through this. And then I flip it over, 19.2. Yeah, there's 16 ounces normally. Yeah, it's bigger. You got bigger cans. That's awesome. Okay, so there we go. Done. Okay. Okay. That's better. Okay. So, let's just get the politics out of the way, because I know people are curious. Did Trump end the war in Israel? No. It was Biden's plan. He's just taking credit for it. So, it's already started. It's already started. Okay. Remember, things a president does take time. He introduced that. He talked about that. Everybody agreed that's what they should do, and it took that long to do it. And finally everybody's like, oh, well, now we're going to suddenly do it to make Trump look good instead of Biden, even though he introduced it. So, again, I'm done trying to convince you of this. Again, he didn't do anything the first time. The country went to shit. It was in a shithole when Biden entered office, and now it's in a lot better position, again, as he's coming out. And again, it was Biden's plan. Trump's just taking credit for it because they're going with that plan now, as Biden's coming out of office. So, again, he's still president. Biden is still currently the United States president. Just want to remind you of that. Okay? So just, and again, it was Biden's plan that he introduced it. So just get that out of the way. Just stop sitting here implicitly, because you don't pay attention to anything. You don't know these things. This is what Trump always does. It's what Republicans do. It's just Trump's being honest. Trump's being brazenly honest about the fact. He's not even being honest. He's literally just being very obvious, I should say. Obvious about the fact that he doesn't do anything. And he takes credit for the shit that the Democrats are actually doing to help you. Because the Republicans just yell and say that the Democrats are doing all the shit that they're actually doing. The Democrats fix it, make the country better, and then the Republicans go, see, now that we're in office, things are so good. What do you think they did in 5 fucking minutes? What do you think they did in 5 minutes? What the fuck do you think they did? And why do you think that checks and balances and a democracy takes like 30 seconds for things to work? No, it takes years. Hence why you don't see it until after the president's starting to come out of office. I've always said this. Always, always, always. This has been the recurring thing. I've been saying this. I've been saying this since Obama, because I started noticing it. Yeah. I'll be honest. You know why I noticed it? See, this is what nobody asks me. I noticed it actually because of a Republican. Isn't that funny? Because the second Bush was better in his second term. And I started noticing his more conservative policies and things that he was actually doing to help the country instead of just randomly destroying Iraq for no reason whatsoever and kind of just doing nothing. The second term, he actually did some things. And we saw evidence of that. So like that was my point, was I had to notice. The point was because I was paying so close attention to the war in Iraq and everything that Bush was doing, and I was concerned about it, I started to notice firsthand exactly what he did to actually help. Because it just started presenting itself. Why did I turn this down? It's like freezing. It started like presenting itself to me. So I just started paying attention to it, noticing it, and yeah. I paid attention all through Obama's years. Every time he would do something, if it was something slow, it was due process, it went through Congress, stuff like that, is like a bill. It takes literally like 3 to 4 years for you to notice the impact on your daily life. This is the things that I noticed. It like takes like 3 to 4 years for you to notice. Rich people notice it because they get everything. They're entitled. And also, I want to remind you that people that cheat the system, I consider them rich people too. Because you get away with cheating the system. You mooch off of everything. You know, the people that have kids just so that they can live easier. That's what people are doing now in America. This is the problem. They have more kids to get money. Because the government gives you money. Stop doing that. Stop it. That I can't stand. You wanna know my conservative viewpoint and my non-liberal, if you want to call it that, viewpoint, non-democratic viewpoint, why I am middle of the road? Because I do have viewpoints like that. Stop giving away fucking money to people that will literally just have a kid irresponsibly because they can't not have, they can't have consensual, they can't have either consensual or they can't have protection when having sex. They just have sex with people. Oh, we got drunk one night and now she's pregnant. Look, dude, stop it. You're bringing people into the world. People. Because you made a mistake. Because you went, oops, for 2 hours? What a moron. Stop this. And stop, and again, children are not mistakes. For sure. Like, you having a kid is not a mistake. But plan for that. Yeah, like this is annoying. What I see that is annoying to me is the fucking people with like 5 to 10 kids at the IHOP trying to get shit for free because their fucking kids are so loud and obnoxious they can't control them, so they want an easier time when they go to IHOP. I got news for you. You got 5 to 10 fucking kids. Stop going to IHOP and ruining everybody else's fucking experience. Stop it. Why the fuck do you have 5 to 10 kids? Why? Why? Because you didn't know how to stop? Why do you need that many? I genuinely want to ask anybody with that many kids, why the fuck do you need that many? Now, great. They're people now. They're in this world, and we love them, right? Fine. I'm not saying that we don't. I'm just saying that why did you? That's the conversation I want to have, because yeah, I've met people that have had the 11, 12 freaking kids. And sometimes they have a good answer. Sometimes they do. Farmers have a great fucking reason. Great reason. Farmers do. But that's pretty much where it stops. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you gotta put food on the table, you need more hands on the farm. Okay? That makes sense. That's what America was built on. You know, accepting that sort of like value, but just pumping out kids because you want to get another $3,000 from the IRS or whatever that you fucking get for that every year, plus your food stamps and all this other shit. You're milking it. You're milking that system, man. Stop it. Anyway, that's how you know I'm middle of the road. I agree with that. And that's not, by the way, that's not liberal. That's not like democratic. No. That's conservative. That's the viewpoint that, like, look, man, conserve. Smaller. down home, not expansive, not corporate, not, like, this is the point. This is what people don't get anymore. They flipped. Donald Trump's not conservative. He's not down home. What? Imagine thinking that, like, pretty much anything that he says, like, how, like, he kind of entices violence and says some pretty chaotic things at times. I mean, come on, you can't even deny that. Imagine thinking that's actually conservative, like to act like that. I don't understand how you can see it that way, but that's just my viewpoint. That's all. Like, I've always paid attention to politics, so I just know those things. But, like, I get it. It's really messed up right now. I get it. But again, like, you're calling folks that just want the system to work for them liberals. You're all liberal. Every one of us in this country, we're all united under the Statue of Liberty. We have liberties and civil liberties and rights. Under the Constitution, laws, we want those things. Everybody does. They're called rights. They're called liberties because you have the right to have the liberty to do this and that and the other thing. It's called being free. And you should want more of that. The guy, the people that, I gotta be honest, some of these folks, actually I shouldn't say even some, a lot of these folks that I see kind of acting a certain way on the road, treating me a certain way and stuff, they're loud and proud and stuff like that, they're so obnoxious, and they're the Trump voters, and they're exercising those liberties far more than I am. The right to just do shit, and all that happens is you get a citation. You do that, I promise you go do that in fucking Russia or some, like, the other country or some shit like that, where some shit's going on and they look bad. They look bad in the media all the time. Basically not America, where everybody just thinks it's all happy fun time and rainbows and sunshine. You do that in any other country, you get fucking thrown in jail. Like they publicly disgrace you and shit. Like, you don't understand how good you have it. In China, they have a public grading system where they've started to grade people based on how they act in public. So, like, you act like a Karen, you're going to jail, man. Just for acting like a Karen. What was that one dude? Remember the viral streamer? Remember the streamer recently? Wasn't he in Korea? Wasn't he in South Korea? He started just flipping out in a store. Right? Remember that guy? Isn't he in jail? Wasn't he just, like, dumping shit out and flipping out and, like... Isn't he in jail over there somewhere? You can't. You do that shit here, like... Okay, you go to maybe jail for a night. Yeah, they take you away for a night. Let you cool off. That's why. That's why I got assholes swerving around behind me and jackasses acting like this. Because they don't do anything. That's why. So people want this. They want leniency. They want to be able to treat others this way. That's kind of what I've noticed. They want a country where they, instead of being civil with each other, having civility, civil liberties, civilization, instead of being civil, they want the right to be like, fuck you, if they can. And the funny thing is, everybody acts so upset and offended by my swearing and stuff so regularly. Yet I walk around and am just grossly offended just looking at people sometimes. Because of the way they dress in public and act and stuff like that. That I don't even understand how you can even think that swearing is on the same level. When I talk about like people like wearing stuff, I'm talking about like wearing stuff that's like you obviously went into the store to steal a bunch of shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously went into the store to steal a bunch of shit. Start recognizing why people are dressing the way they do. They're regular thieves in the community. Like, why the fuck's this guy come into a store every day wearing the same same sunglasses, wearing the same... He wears a robe. He wears like 3 hoodies and a robe. He wears sunglasses and a hood. And this guy goes into these stores like... this guy's just stealing shit and reselling it all the time. Guarantee it. He's just a pro at it. Nobody does that. And let me just put it out there, he doesn't have like some random obvious medical condition either. You know what I'm saying? Like he's clearly fine. Like he moves around fine, he's able. Anyway, my point is, I see it too, and it's not as cut and dry as people want to make it. It's not based at all. It's not, you're like this. That's how you are because you did this, or you say this, or you react like this. It's not how it is. It's not. People are capable of appearing that way at times. And you're capable of judging them. Shit. And that's... just drop my mac and cheese. And that's what's happening, is essentially they're appearing a certain way to you at the moment that you see them. And stuff like that. And then you're placing judgment based on those moments. So, just clean out my car too. It's like all clean, and then I got all this cheese all over. It's like so clean too. I spent so much time cleaning it the other day. You've no idea. I cleaned the heck out of this thing. Man, that's annoying. Man, it's like there's like cheese in there now. It's because it landed in my cup holder. That's annoying. I should have been holding the fork over the thing. I'm usually very careful about that. I'm like, why are you eating your car? I'm actually, because I'm actually pretty careful. That's why. Anyway, I'm sorry guys. I didn't mean to like go on a rant about politics, but like I really do know a good bit about this stuff, and it's not because I had some political science degree or something, which by the way is a real thing. And this is what I want to remind you of, is everybody thinks that Donald Trump is this genius of political science and stuff like that. He's not. He really doesn't kind of know what he's doing. He's winging it. He doesn't really have your best interests in a line either. Because remember, this is a guy that he was introduced to business by being told that you step on people's toes and walk on people to get to the top. Because that's what he did. That's what he's always done. He declared bankruptcy 6 times on 6 different locations that he shut down, different casinos that he shut down. That's what I mean when I say he declared bankruptcy 6 times. Shut down 6 different locations of casinos and stuff over the years. 2 at the exact same time. That's not a good business owner. That's just somebody cutting ties because he bought too many things. He wanted to expand too rapidly, too fast. He just shut them all down. 6. Too much. And think about how much wealth he has. Now, I got news for you. Walmart and all these other companies shut down stores all the time. They are not singularly worth what that man is supposedly worth. Does that make sense to you? And notice I use the word supposedly because he does inflate those expenses on purpose. Sorry. I'll shut up. It is a subject I know quite a bit about. I actually, part of why I do know so much about him is because I liked him at first, like a lot of people do. I actually liked the idea. I was like, wow, not a politician. Sounds like a great idea to me. And the point is, I'm able to change my mind knowing a few things. That's it. And then, like, the things that I changed my mind about were very obviously then the problems that he kept having problems with. And so it was like, well, yeah, that was a smart decision on my part. I kept seeing him do things to the country and bad things that, yeah, that was why I made my decision. I didn't like that. And yeah, case in point, yeah, he, we all warned you about what he thinks about women and stuff, and he took credit for the whole Roe versus Wade and stuff like that. And then case in point, we talked about that stuff too, and around when it happened and when we were talking about it, we would get people in my chat, random people out of nowhere, these people lingering around on the internet to push this issue, to push this subject. These lingering people that show up in your chat to say things like, well, I don't think Kamala should be in a position of, basically they came in there to tell me that she shouldn't be in a position of power just because she's a woman and stuff like that. And this is when they were saying it. It was when the whole Roe versus Wade. And they were coming in to tell me things like, maybe they should close their legs and stuff. Like, they were saying things like that. They're actually saying things like that as terrible. Close their legs? You do realize the whole Roe versus Wade thing, the whole point is to protect people that couldn't. This is the point. What? The whole point is that, there's a problem with this. And I just talked about the problem. Too many people have kids, they don't make the decision, they just last minute. Sometimes it's an oops, birth defects, sometimes, and in Roe versus Wade, the whole point of that was that there's constituents in there for people to have, the decision made with their doctor and stuff, so that way it's right for the individual in the best health. Why would you tell a woman she has to carry a baby to term that's dead inside her? Why would you do that? Because you're a guy and you don't understand nor care? Probably. I think about that. I think, man, that would be awful. I actually think about it. I think about a dead person living in my stuff. I'm just like, ugh. Oh, yeah, let them just, ugh. I don't care. Just let them talk to their doctor and get it done. Ugh. That's awful. That's awful. It's a decaying corpse. It's not a baby, it's a corpse. Calm down with this shit. Babies die. Infants die. Fetuses die. It happens all the time. Especially when you don't treat it the way it's supposed to. Especially when you don't look at it like, yeah, this shit just shouldn't have happened. Well, brings me to my next thing. Well, soon, but a lot of people don't know what terms mean anymore because everybody gets their information through memes. Stop. Please stop. Stop it. A meme is a joke. It's not information. It's a joke. You will get misinformation from a meme. You will be misinformed from a meme. This is why people are misinformed. Actually get their news from memes. People are admitting this. Things another person made on their phone by clipping two pictures together and typing some fucking words. So some Joe Schmo just made a fucking meme and you think it's funny. Now you're like, oh, I accept this as fact. Meanwhile, this is some dumb fuck sitting in India somewhere smoking cigar after cigar, playing fucking Tarkov on end because he's got nothing better to do. And all he's doing is laughing his ass off because you're too fucking stupid to listen to a media organization that pays shitloads of money to journalists to find this shit out and report it to you. Now, instead, you're just going to go on Facebook and get your information from a fucking meme. Stop it. Stop. Okay? Memes are not information. They're misinformation. They're a joke. Take it as a joke. It's not information. This is what people's problem is with Trump, too. They laugh at, they think he's funny, so they want to believe what he says. Just because what he says is funny doesn't mean it's true. He's just making fun of people and being an asshole. And you kind of are based and you agree with what he's saying, but it doesn't mean it's true. It just means you think it's funny. Does that make sense? We basically could see, and everybody around the world too, could see how much Americans do like to bully people and think ill of people. Instantly they can see it. Because you're just siding with a guy that just does that. That's it. That's Donald Trump. It's true though. That's what he does. Anyway. I know I've digressed like 3 friggin' times now. My bad. The next thing I want to get into really quickly, not too long, because I do want to head back here soon, okay, so you guys know I'm a martial arts instructor. Okay, I owned a school, and I did close my school down many years ago, but I was taught in Kung Fu, traditional Kung Fu, that dates back a very long time, and I was taught, a very good system that actually does have everything you can imagine that you would need to be good in combat, like actual real combat, live actual combat too, and not fake stuff either. I'm talking combat, and so yeah, I learned grappling. I was one of the few Kung Fu practitioners in this country, because it doesn't happen often in this country. It's hard to find. That was able to learn Kung Fu properly with grappling, because most people don't know it through Kung Fu. They just know grappling. They just know like wrestling moves and stuff like that they learned from high school and stuff. And some of it's pretty good. But if you know real grappling through like animals and stuff like that through Kung Fu, it translates to your stand-up fighting. And this is what deciphers the difference between like Donnie Yen, like these big time Kung Fu practitioners, and a boxer. Somebody that's just really, really fast and really hard hitting, and why basically nobody else can can measure up. And that's why. Essentially, the grappler understands footwork. And this is what most people don't get. Most martial artists don't get it. I shouldn't say most. Most that don't practice combative sparring and self-defense. Yeah, like if you don't practice combative self-defense and sparring, you're not going to understand the footwork. If you learn one of those styles that's just like, all right, so Wing Chun, great. Sure. But if your instructor didn't spar and didn't teach it and didn't teach grappling and how the hand movements translate to grappling, you don't understand how to properly use that. All I have to do is fake you with a straight punch like this. Literally fake you with a straight punch like this. And then you're going to do your stupid little fucking Wing Chun block. And then I'm going to come around with the hook and just freaking clobber you. And you're going to fall on your ass. Because you just tried to block a stupid little jab. And then what? No. So I just, all right. I've come to what I want to say. Basically, do you want... I've discovered that there are a good number of phonies on the internet. And I sort of agree with what Cookie was doing a bit. I was saying I didn't because, again, remember, I told you guys all about that. I'm not going to go into it. I was saying that I didn't at the time, but I sort of agree because when you have cancel culture and it exists and it's not going away, I think it's actually smart to give that culture a voice instead of canceling it, trying to cancel what people are saying, giving it a voice and understanding and rationalizing and being reasonable with those people that are saying that they want to cancel everything. Listen to them. At least listen to them and hear them out, and then show them the reasonable side of that. Show them that you see it too, but that there's a reasonable side to it. So let's watch this person. Let's talk about it. Let's see why you want to cancel them. And then we can talk about it. And I want to say that I think what he was doing was actually good for the community in a way, because he can be responsible and give his take on it versus just people being erratic and having misinformed judgments and opinions that don't make any sense. And he can give his informed opinion about being a content creator and the way he thinks and stuff and sees things, and you can weed out what you think is good about that or not. And so I actually think that's a good thing. And again, for a little bit, I was obviously pretending like it wasn't for various reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. Again, I do think that the way he does it is good, because there are some people that just make entire channels off trying to like cancel people and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. That's just awful. But having a voice and talking about what you could fix about something and do better and reacting to it, yes, that's what it's all about. That's what fair use is about. Criticizing. And that we don't... Criticizing is far different than calling for something to be canceled. It's criticizing. It's giving them a chance to fix it and see it your way. Does that make sense? So here's I've come to what I was going to say. I've been a martial arts instructor for a very long time. Okay. You guys have seen the content. I don't have anything to prove on here. You guys know it. You've seen it. I can very easily talk about this stuff, and I am somebody with the knowledge base to easily be able to see if somebody's a phony or not. And I have noticed, specifically recently, a pretty good amount of phonies on the internet making content off of martial arts that is not going to help you defend yourself. Because the way the person does it doesn't teach you. And I have a problem with that. Because I have resisted. Because I used my better judgment. I was going to teach you properly. But I used my better judgment to not make that content. So I don't think it's right. I don't think you should. I think once in a while with some things, because they're in movies and stuff like that, people are going to try them. So therefore, I make guides to say, here's how it works. Try to do it this way responsibly, because I knew you were going to try it anyway. Okay? That's where my voice comes from, because I knew you guys are going to try martial arts. You see it in the movies and stuff anyway. You want my opinion? Learn from an instructor that's properly trained in sparring. If you see that guy doing kung fu and he's using it in full contact sparring, okay. And he's comfortable sparring the students in front of other students, that's a good instructor. Somebody that never spars, you never see him spar or anything, like you've never seen it, yada yada yada, you don't know anything about that guy. So anyway, do you guys want to see me make this content? Now, I was wondering what that sound was. I can easily do this in ways that doesn't call for the person to be canceled, okay? I can literally just talk about how I can just break it down, because it's bad. Some of it's just bad. Like, all right. I thought it was funny how, like, the one video, for example, like, you want to break down my stuff? Great. The one video, the one dude commented, and he thought like he had something, right? Like he was being like criticizing and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I'm a Sifu. Like, people have been looking at me, watching me do martial arts for years. You're not gonna find something that my instructor didn't already find and correct a million bajillion times, and I didn't correct a million bajillion times before my tests, before my sashes, before my ranks, before my title, before I owned the studio. Like, all the years I spent doing this, fuck no, you're not gonna do that. Get the fuck out of here with your little stupid comments. Point is, I did go through the motions. I spent my whole life, I've been doing this shit since I was like fucking 9 years old, okay? But, this guy, excuse me, one second, my nose is... It is, like, I have bad allergies right now. Really bad. Like, that was a full tissue, man. And I gotta clean my car again. Alright. So, where are the wipes? I think I threw the wipes in the back, like all the way in the back. Okay. This guy that I recently discovered, part of the problem is he's not on YouTube, he's just on Facebook. And he knows what he's doing with that. He knows flat out what he's doing with that. Because if he's on YouTube, that's fair use and people can criticize. So he goes on Facebook. And like he's got some dim-witted looking people. I gotta be honest, these people, just the look on their face as he's like doing the stuff in the videos and taking it very much looks like they are fooled. Like they believe he is this master. And for me, look, man, first of all, if you call yourself a master, if you go by master this, you're not anything. I don't believe you're anything. And not only that, but like, you don't get it. This is why I know you're not an actual master. Because if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. There isn't any such thing. Nobody claims to have done that. Nobody says that. Anybody that's smart, even Bruce Lee doesn't say shit like that. The point is, you aren't a master. Nobody is. Nobody masters anything. You can always get better. Sifus get that. Masters understand that. So yeah, I have referenced this term too, but I don't ever like attach it as a title. What does that mean? You master this, so you don't have a title. You weren't given a sash, you weren't ranked, you don't have a title. Okay, so you're master. Okay, got it. You understand where I'm going with that? You get what I'm saying, the logic? He just sort of puts that there, and people are just like, oh, he's a master. What's his title? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just says master this. That's his name. Master. Oh, well, that's his official title. Well. Ooh. So, and trust me, I've sparred with guys that have called themselves master this and that over the years. Well, that really flew off there, didn't it? And I'll tell you what, some of these guys were some of the wimpiest. Like, basically, they it was very obvious they ripped their martial arts out of a book, and they were just not practitioners. They just ripped it out of a book and just ripped it off and said, I'm a master. Anyway, one of the tall tale signs that anybody with real sparring experience knows to look for is footwork. Even Joe Rogan will tell you that, probably. I hope, because he wasn't he UFC? So like, he should know. He was actually in that thing. So like, that's the point. Like, I am reasonable enough to understand when, like, because the reason I pick him is he's classically said that like all kung fu is fake and like some stuff like that, and where it's just like, he's just so wrong about that. So like, the point is, I'm willing to be reasonable and understand why he's saying that, because there are a lot of phonies out there, and that's the point. I would love to draw attention to that sort of thing and talk about it, to show that that's not the case with everybody, to show there is another side to it, to show that you can do it. It's just very rare for people to know how to do it, because it's this. It's more about this. It's all chess. Martial arts is chess. And if you don't have the tools and you don't understand it. So anyway, I apologize. His footwork. It's all about footwork. As soon as I started watching the videos, no lie. Okay, so he gives an instruction. He does this video on Wing Chun defense off of a punch. Guys, a lot of the stuff that I would even instruct in my self-defense classes, I would always tell people, listen, I understand nobody is gonna punch you like this. Nobody. A kung fu practitioner punches like that. Nobody's gonna punch you like that. No. Everybody's gonna punch you like this. Everybody. Just every single person is gonna punch you right like that. Every single person. Kung fu practitioner is going to punch you like that. So I just thought it was ridiculous that in the video, that's how he's not teaching this as if he understands that he's teaching people on the internet that don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's not breaking it down enough. So like, he's just copying it. And so again, he does this very simplistic maneuver off of a straight punch, and the guy throwing the punch was like all super slow about it. So anyway, regardless, the point is, it wasn't even the technique that I had a problem with. The technique, all right, fine. It's a little bit of a Wing Chun block, and he throws a little roundhouse kick to the midsection. Okay, big deal, big fucking deal. The point is, it doesn't make any sense to try to show this on a video on the internet, because nobody's going to learn anything from it. I can stand there and do two-hand blocks on a wooden dummy too. Literally all he did was 1, 2, cup the arm down, kick the stomach, and called it a technique. Do that on somebody, again, that punches like this instead of like this. You can't, because you can't get to the outside of the arm because the elbow is out, because it's angled differently. You're going to get punched in the face. Idiot. So the point is, I never taught it this way, because even I'll admit, when I was taught it going up through the ranks, it's very, hey Cookie, it's very, make sure that you do a block and stuff off this straight punch this one way. And I would make sure that people understood, look, nobody's going to punch you like that. So make sure later on down the road you figure out how to do your ducks, and you figure out how you can modify this technique with a different type of a block for a different type of a punch. And footwork is going to matter too. I watched as he did this. It was very clear to me that he would easily get knocked off his feet if that other punch came around. He literally, his feet were too wide. Too wide. I'm actually surprised he didn't fall over. His technique was just bad. Was just overall bad. And again, this guy is master. He's no title, just master. Yeah, anyway, Cookie, good to see you, man. We're talking so basically about how I'm discovering that there's these guys that make content that call themselves masters and stuff, and they're trying to instruct martial arts over the internet. And it's just bad. And like, it's very obvious to tell the guy doesn't have real fighting experience, and he's trying to instruct. And I have a real problem with that. Because in my opinion, you shouldn't be trying to teach self-defense martial arts and people on the internet martial arts to defend themselves if you don't have that experience, because you don't know how it works. You don't know how to modify it when a real boxer comes and does exactly what I just described. Because that's the point. This guy didn't. He was demonstrating it off of a very conveniently straight punch that was very slow. And again, the point is, Joe Rogan's going to laugh at that. He's going to be like, that would never work. And that's what the comments were. It's exactly what the fucking comments were. Yet he doesn't have anything to say. And it's valid. It is valid. So my point is, I can answer that. Yeah, I can modify it. I can show you exactly that technique, how to do it better. In fact, I'll make a video and you can compare it side by side to his. See, this is what I don't know. I don't know how far to take it. I could literally just make a video side by side, and then you can go watch his and compare it and be like, wow, yeah, it would work better, wouldn't it? And then like you just start comparing, you start realizing, yeah, that's a shitty way to do that. That is a better way to do that. That makes so much more sense. For example, Wing Chun uses too many fucking movements. Do you know why? Nobody knows why. Do you know why Wing Chun uses 2 fucking blocks just to block one hand? A lot of times it's stuff kind of like this, where you're flipping the arms around and using 2 hands. Why are you doing that? Do you even know? You shouldn't do it. It's for a very specific purpose. You shouldn't do it just all the fucking time. That's Wing Chun. It uses a very specific purpose all the time. And it requires a huge amount of energy. Huge. You're always put both your hands up, putting them out there. I wouldn't. Yeah, multiple attacker situation, you want your hand behind you. That's why a lot of the southern styles, you'll see it like way back here, and the other hand way out front. So then how do you combine them? There you go. There you go. Now you're speaking my language. Exactly. So you start realizing Wing Chun's bullshit. You should, and I agree. I agree. It is. It's all bullshit. A lot of these are. A lot of these styles are. Oh, but it's Kung Fu. You said Kung Fu. No. Kung Fu, yes. Wing Chun is a derivative style of that, and it's only a small portion of it. Kung Fu is everything. It's a way of life. So, remember, when you're dealing with that, the reason why Wing Chun was developed the way it was because a woman needed to be able to use it, and she was smaller, and she needed to instantly be able to have the strength and speed and agility to fend off giant arms and weapons swinging at her. So, yeah, reinforce your hands always. Keep them together. Create your center of gravity by locking your hands. Anytime you, it's how body checking works. Anybody that knows grappling immediately knows what I mean by that. When you run into somebody to prevent them from spinning, you guys that do UFC, you know, you feel someone about to spin, so you lift a knee to check their hip to stop them, and it just instantly stops them in their tracks. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's exactly the stuff I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is how this concept works. When you touch 2 of your limbs together, it creates this sort of center of gravity effect. Now, it's just like when you pin somebody. You know what I mean? Like you have leverage now. You know what I'm saying? So basically now that your hands are together, you now have leverage versus them independently, working independently, not so much. But now, put them together, I am now creating an ability to use both my shoulders at the same time, coincide with each other to shove. So suddenly you start understanding why the hands were so that one would run into each other and they could use it to kind of force them back and really be able to manipulate large arms and hands. So this is a very specific small purpose expanded to an entire style. No, it's one example of somebody where you might have one student that's smaller than all the rest. So you show every technique and every block and everything like that to her. That's how she's going to do things. As a Kung Fu master, you should be able to do this. You should be able to take any one of your techniques and show it differently depending on body type and style. Because every body type will attack and defend differently depending on how they are and their attacker. Every single one. And you are not a master, you are not a Sifu, you're not even an instructor properly if you don't understand how to do that. Because my instructor did it for me, because that's the point. That's what he taught me, and he was right. Because he was infinitely smart with that ability, with the ability to have that full contact, that sparring mindset. And he's right, like that's the point. You have to be able to do that, and you need to be able to do it in your way, for you. So you start memorizing all these techniques, but maybe you get like 10, 12 levels per system. You go all the way up to black and then beyond, right? Maybe you get like 30 or so techniques that you know by name and you can practice them for your tests. But then each technique now, you should be able to do 4 to 6 different ways if you're a master. Because I now have to teach this to a guy larger than me or smaller than me and make him understand how to use it. Or even like a small female or something that wants to learn self-defense, I have to be able to teach things in a way conducive for her to be able to defend against this giant guy. And I got to be able to teach, if she gets pinned down on the ground or something, I got to be able to do that, to translate that technique. You're not a master of anything if you can't fucking do that. You are not a master. You don't know anything. And I submit to you, that guy, when he did that little fucking thing, and he was doing that little technique, I submit to you, his feet were too far apart. He looked ridiculous. So, are you capable of making a mistake? Yes. Are you capable of being recorded making a mistake? Yes. Do I think you should call yourself master, though? If you so easily make said mistakes. And guys, come on, we're talking about like everything. We're talking about form. We're talking about basic stuff that he would just do, that he would have built in, like muscle memory. Like, have you ever seen me when I'm doing martial arts? I promise you won't. My back is straight, is it not? This is the one fucking thing. If you don't do it, you are instantly that much less than anybody else doing martial arts. If you don't have good posture. This guy had terrible fucking posture. Terrible. We're talking about like the whole thing where he's like hunching his head over and his back is kind of like rounded a bit. He looked awkward doing it. Yeah. He ain't a master of anything. This guy learned it from a fucking book or a video. Practiced it a few 100,000 times probably. And that's it. He doesn't have any sparring experience. He just practiced these maneuvers on a wooden dummy or somebody's hand a few thousand times. Yeah, sure. I have no doubt that he probably he took some classes and did some speed drills and stuff like that too. I can tell he has quick hands. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. His quick block doesn't mean anything for all the muscle memory I have to continue doing the strike through his weak ass, improperly placed block because his feet are wrong, his back is terrible posture, and he never learned any proper sparring, so my hand's just gonna go right through his block and knock him over. Because everything all the way up through his body is incorrect. And that's the reality of what you get when you get somebody that's not teaching martial arts properly. They didn't go through the hours and hours and hours of hard work to figure out and just instantly have the muscle memory. I don't have to think about it. It's natural. It's second nature. You don't take it from me. Yeah, yeah. Even the times, the funny thing is over the years where I got busy and stopped for a bit and I thought the muscle memory was gone, something happened where I needed to use it and it was like boom. No, it's not. It was like boom. No, it's not. It's not gone. Yeah, it'll come back. Um as you get older, going through the training again, that's different. That will feel different. But the muscle memory does come back. You'll still have muscle memory. So this guy will always have lazy muscle memory because he didn't have an instructor properly teaching him posture and all these other things as he was doing them wrong over the years. So what's going to happen then? He's going to be doing techniques wrong over and over and over and over and over and over. And he's just eventually going to try to use it and get hit. His knife defense was a joke. His knife defense was a joke. It was the same technique. Yeah, he does. This is part of the problem. It's very obvious the guy doesn't know anything. He repackaged the same technique like a few hundred times. The thing I just showed you. It's like pretty much everything he does. He repackaged it as the knife defense too. Guy came up overhead, and he literally just did that thing that he did that I showed you, except he tried to do it there too. It's not how you do it. It's not how it works. You wouldn't do that. It's not how knife defense works either. It's stupid. It's really dumb. So the question is like, do I make the video side by side? Like, do I make that video and talk about it and be like, well, this is how it actually works? I don't think I do necessarily, because with some of that, I don't want everybody to know it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like knife defense, okay. Okay. All right. All right. That I do. I kind of want everybody to know that. Sorry. That I care about. That I want people to know. And would probably give it away for free. That one, yeah. I'm not gonna see this is I have a problem with like I don't want to give away what I have because it is valuable. It is something nobody else has. And a lot of people do want it. That's why actually kind of why they're trolling. They do recognize that there's old school videos. It's like, holy shit. He has a real style, real system here. And it's endless. I could come up with endless combinations. I'm not gonna put that on the internet for people to just steal and like this guy is doing. That's your point. That's your example. That's why I don't do that. It's just gonna make endless content creators pretend to be masters. And now they can better pretend to do it because they have my content and the actual guy that put the work in telling them how it all works. So they can just sit there and take notes. The whole point was that was how the troll was doing it. The whole point was that was what I was showing you was that's what trolls will do. That's why I'm so on off. That's what you guys need to realize. Like, I do that on purpose, actually. So, like I said, if something's irritating me in a game, I'll walk away from it. I won't do it a million times. I'll literally just go do something else in the game. Like Elden Ring, when I was fighting the boss the other night and I was yelling and bitching and stuff. Why are there 20 dislikes but only 1 like on that stream? 20. Well, because the guy that's stalking the channel that wants you to think that, you know what I mean? Like, nobody can see the dislikes, dude. So why are you doing that many times? I'm the only one that can see it. Because he wants the stream to not trend. That's why he's doing it that many times. So the point is to show you that if people can steal shit from you, they will. And if they can make you look bad and make themselves look good in the process, they will. And this is exactly the scammer mentality. Like, there's so many of them out there now. And that's the point. Anybody that's doing that is a scammer. There's like you're just constantly stealing content and re-uploading it, pretending like it's yours, and you're just a scammer, man. No, like what's the entertainment, like what? Also, I want to remind you to remember, there isn't any creative side and artistic ability in just copying what somebody else did and sharing it and laughing at it and poking fun at it. Like, anybody can do that. Literally anybody can do that. It's like zero skill. Yeah, it's actually kind of weird when people do it. Yeah, it's like, hey, look at me. Pay attention to me. Yeah, like it's really disturbing. Like, they can't leave this person alone, so they just keep reposting their content too. Like, it's like, that was what I saw too with the guy that was doing it to Michael Does Life. He was just reposting his content. Clearly that guy likes Michael Does Life. He's like stalky. He's like really weird. He has a whole channel. He's just reposting his content all the time, making fun of him, bullying. And it's like, what? You got some serious problems, man. So this scammer mentality, it's all over the place, and it's evil. You know, obviously the Bible tells us, I mean, just refer to your Bible, obviously. Just refer to anything good, any good person, but specifically Jesus Christ. You know, we don't steal things. We don't take that which we didn't work for, that which isn't ours to take. So why are you just... And then also, like, not really having any original content of your own. Yeah, like, originally, yeah, I mean, like, just nothing. Like, basically, you just do nothing. Not having any... Yeah, I mean, like... Jeez. Like, I can see if, like, the person... Yeah, I mean, like the person... He's not even going... Like, nobody's even going through anything. He just thinks it's funny. That's the sad part. You can't even feel for him. He's literally just terrible, evil person. Yeah, that somebody like that. Anyway, the question is, like, you know, like, how far do I go with it? Like I said, he's not on YouTube, so I can't show you the videos. His content is on, like, Facebook and other platforms and stuff too. So I unfortunately can't really show you the videos because the content is on there. It's not on YouTube. But it's bad. It's bad. I could probably show you pictures. I might be able to just do screenshots. That I could probably do. But that's only going to go so far. And again, don't get me wrong. It's very obvious this guy had training of some kind, and he does do martial arts. That is obvious. Sure. But he's not a master. That's obvious too. And I don't think these other guys know that. I think they just see sort of quick hands and that, yeah, it seems legit. Because, yeah, it's kind of is. Kind of. But he only gets like halfway there. So it's obvious to me he had an instructor, got to a certain point, left the school, and started calling himself a master. Like I don't know. He probably lied and said he studied under somebody else. He's like, oh, I studied under this other guy. Like, lied, you know what I mean? Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Well, I guess you are. I guess you're a master then. Again, I want to remind you guys, it's not a title. No, nobody in Kung Fu, nobody in any realm of Kung Fu or anything goes, master. Nobody does that. The only time you use that term is Grand Master. If people are calling people master this and master that in a martial arts school, go to a different school. Yep, go to a different school. They have some sort of weird cult thing. Go to a different school. It's not a title. They were never given titles. They just try to look good. Go to a different fucking school. Master? No. You're not master anything. I want to know what your title is. There are specific titles in Kung Fu. They're pretty universal. See, that's what's funny. That's what's crazy is like no matter what you do, you can talk to other Kung Fu practitioners and they're like, oh, you're a Li Shi. That's really cool. So you're a Black Sash then. Okay. Oh, you're a Si Hing. Okay, not quite a Black Sash, but you're getting up there. Okay, I see. So, yeah, I see. You know, you're a Si Suk, so then that means you're this. You're almost there, you know, or something like that. You know, like there's these titles and they're universal. Li Shi, Si Suk, Sifu. Sifu is head instructor. Like that's the guy he's the master of your school, basically. He's not typically the grand master. Not always. That's not what that title is. No, that's something else. And I'm not allowed to repeat it, by the way. Yeah, I don't. That's the one I shouldn't have told you guys that title in the first place. There is a hidden title. They don't like you to repeat it. And almost nobody gets it. Almost nobody gets that title. Our Grand Master, part of why they don't like us talking about it is our Grand Master, I think, had that title and talked about it. And they look at it as like sort of bragging and stuff. I don't think it. I think he should be allowed to use it as a sales pitch. I think he should because he earned it, but that's how they look at it. And there's two different. It's political, so you just have to look the other way and okay, I won't talk about it. But it's a title that sounds like the name of a technique, sort of. It's like really cool. It's a phrasing title. It's like, oh wow. You know, sort of like in World of Warcraft when like you can put it on your nameplate, it's like, you know, Sifu the Dragon Slayer or something like that. You know, it's very much like that. It's very much like that. So yeah, it's well deserving, and again, it's not Sifu. But again, it is a title. And so that's why it's annoying, like, too, to see all these karate places too that have grand masters. It's very commercialized, that's all. And so, you know, thus we've come to how I feel about, you know, karate and stuff like that. You know, like American karate, and why I feel the way I do about it. Because it oftentimes doesn't teach self-defense, and most people that learn American karate here think they're learning self-defense, and it just teaches wrong. Why would you ever block like that? Why would you ever block like this? Ever in your life? You're just gonna throw your arm down like... I had entire forms in karate when I learned karate when I was younger, where it's literally huh, 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 and like, that was the whole form. Turn this way, do a low block, step forward, punch, turn around, do a low block, step forward, punch, turn around, do a low block, step forward, wait for it, kick, turn around, low block, punch, turn around, low block, punch, end of form. That was a karate form. Karate. Just, what a fucking joke. What a joke. What a laughing stock. What a joke. I learned Tang Soo Do and went to Kung Fu. Tang Soo Do is a joke. It's a joke. Anyway. The point is, I learned that way, and then instantly I started learning Kung Fu and immediately knew. Because when the first form I learned was infinitely more complicated than all 3 to 4 of the fucking forms combined that I learned in the years I spent in karate, I knew what I was getting was better. We didn't even change levels. Like in karate, we literally just stood at the same level. Imagine being that dumb. Imagine sparring somebody. Imagine going into the octagon in UFC and not changing levels, not like faking low or high, or just standing at the same level and then wondering why a kicker will knock you the fuck out every time. Because you think like a boxer. Stop doing that. I just... it's basic stuff. It really is. It really, really is. So... I can, I go on for days, man. But the point is that I do have a problem with especially, you know, like it definitely feels a certain way when you're absolutely legit and you see somebody else that isn't. And this guy's got hundreds of thousands of followers. Literally, he has like 400-some thousand followers. Literally. Over 400,000. And he's a phony. He's a very obvious phony. And he's not in this country. He's based out of another country, too. It's a scam. It's an obvious scam. I think it's a third world country, like Malaysia or some shit like that. But like it's very obvious scam. It's like for example, everybody loves Van Damme. I love Van Damme too. I'm not knocking him. Okay? But you know the helicopter kick that he does? You know it's actually lazy, right? You think that he's doing it in the not lazy way. He actually started doing it wrong. Way back. Way back when he first was doing that kick, he was doing it wrong the whole time. He is just so fucking determined and good that he eventually adapted that kick to make it so he's basically doing a full split in the air. And it's better than it was. That's a lot better. But I will tell you, when he first started doing that, no. He was just doing it lazy and letting his foot dangle. When you do a jumping kick, you are to bend your knee. You bend it so somebody can fucking grab it. Like everybody loves this guy, and I love him too. But you don't, I just see it. And he has a huge weakness in like his signature move. And it's right there. All I have to do is know he's going to do that. And when. And the very second that he does it, yeah, I just set him up for it. I want him to do it. I recognize when he does it. Okay. So I play games with him and set him up. As soon as he does it, I duck the first one and instantly shoot up, explosion. Shoulder right up into the thigh. Like, again, so he does the helicopter. I've seen him do it. I know what he does. Yeah, he just simply fakes low and kicks high. That's actually really easy. So I wait for that. I let him think he's going to get it. And I fall for it and make him think he's going to get it. I sort of like look down. And then I have my eyes up and ready, prepared. And as soon as he does it, I just duck really low, an explosion. As soon as his back is turned and I see that foot just down a little bit, I launch and grab the back leg and hug it. And his shoulder and neck and fucking head go straight down into the fucking pavement because I now hugged his leg midair, and the force and momentum of his entire kick now go into his spine, upper back, and head, and into the fucking pavement because he doesn't know grappling. Because he's doing a kick, and nobody taught this guy when he first learned it that you bend your knee when you do it, or a grappler is going to do that. Nobody taught him that, and taught him why. So therefore, he always did it that way. It became his thing. He doesn't see a weakness. And I see it every fucking time he does it. I watch all him do this kick a million times, and I just see it every fucking time. And the point is, this is what I didn't want to do. I didn't want these top level martial artists to feel a certain way, because there's other guys that are going around that absolutely can see when you're doing something and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because the point is, I can even see it with Van Damme, and he is damn good. Van Damme is damn good. No, he is. He is. But it doesn't mean that he does everything perfect or learned everything right. Yeah, because he didn't. He clearly didn't. He's just really good. He's a natural talent. Bruce Lee, in my opinion, was actually pretty rigid. If you want my honest opinion, Bruce Lee. Yeah. I can coach anybody, even Bruce Lee. Guy was too rigid. You want my honest opinion? He didn't have time to be great. He had shitty, cheesy ass movies that shouldn't be considered some of the best martial artist movies ever. No, it's cheesy ass. Like the fight scene between him and Chuck Norris was some of the dumbest fighting I have ever seen in my life. Most choreographed, very projected movements, easily blockable, easily seen. And the last movement was the dumbest of the whole fucking thing. So yeah, a huge respect for Bruce Lee, great martial artist. But he knew what his own weakness was, and he just simply made up for it by taking hit. You know how he made his body basically like a rock? The reason for that is because he knew that he was rigid. He knew that he couldn't really get rid of it, and that he kept his hands too close to his body. He knew that, actually. So he just made himself rock solid and decided to take hits. Like just max conditioning that anybody could do. You know, those guys that can like bend spear tips with like their neck and stuff. We're talking stuff like that. Bruce Lee could do stuff like that. That's real. There are people like that. That is real. But it's not. It doesn't mean, you know, like, all right, for example, I could still dismember a joint on that guy. So like people are like, oh, well, how do you take down that guy? Joints. So like there's always a way. There's still always a way. You know, like, oh, body conditioning, joints. Sorry, you're rigid. I'm gonna expose that joint. Now it is harder. Most people don't know how to do it, but a grappler would. And that was actually some of the stuff that I saw out of Lee that was sloppy. I got to be honest, frankly. His grappling was flat out sloppy. He was not a grappler. Bruce Lee was not a grappler, didn't know how to do it. Flat out. If you grappled him, probably lose. He would probably lose. Period. You just choke him out. If you're trying to like elbow you and stuff, and you just got him like in a chokehold. He's not a god. Now, granted, Bruce Lee, you better have like properly put his arms in a hold or something like that. Don't, because that's the thing, is if he has his arms free, well then yeah, then he's gonna get out of it. But like that's the point. A grappler would know that. Yeah, a grappler would know that the point is that incapacitating somebody means they can't. There's no control over that situation. That's what a grappler understands. Yeah, it's more about maintaining strategic control of the situation. Wait. I'm about to go and get another. To be honest with you. But anyway, I shouldn't say that. I gotta be honest with you. Bruce Lee would know how to get out of a chokehold on the floor. It's just that, like for example, if it was somebody, I'm more saying that like in the movie aspect of it, like if he had somebody of similar skill level that was also a grappler, then you wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because then the guy would know. You know what I mean? It's the sort of thing where like that was his weakness. That was like the one thing. You know what I mean? Like he didn't spend a lot of time on the floor. It was very, very obvious that he didn't do that stuff. Same reason he didn't do aerials. He's not a grappler, not a kicker. Yeah, he was a Basically a kung fu boxer. This is what he was. And he was genius at it, for sure. But, there were some things that, concepts he would teach that he sort of understood. But then I kind of, sort of saw it in some of the stuff that he did, but then other times I didn't see it too. See, I'm just like rubbing my eyes. They're just itchy. Itchy eyes, man. Allergic conjunctivitis. Look it up. It's a real thing. Allergic conjunctivitis. It sounds totally made up, right? The doctor told me this like when I was a teenager, right? He's like, you have allergic conjunctivitis. You're gonna have it your whole life. Oh, great. What is it? What is that? That sounds made up. And then I had the medical schooling, and I learned how to do the prefixes and stuff like that, and I realized that's a real thing. So allergia is allergy, conjunctiva of the eye, and then itis is inflammation. So it's an allergy that causes an inflammation of the conjunctiva of the eye, hence the redness, and why I just generally have like puffy and irritated eyes, because the irritants in the eye are just causing inflammation of the conjunctiva. The conjunctiva is the membrane around the eyeball. Sorry. I know, but it's 21 degrees out. What do you want me to do? That's why it's happening. It's because it's now super warm in here, but very cold out there. I think I will. You know what? I think I will. You guys seem like you're looking for some entertainment tonight. I try to be that content creator, that person that, and I think you guys get this now, where I try to sort of teach you things through, because I explain stuff to people and they don't believe it. They don't see it that way. Like this, the tunnel vision. And so I have to show you. I have to show you that it happens. Because you didn't believe the scamming and that they could do all that other stuff too. And then lo and behold, very slowly I proved, because the point was to show you what they would do if they had the ability to do so. So to talk about this and that and show you exactly, yeah, they did it. But anyway, part of what I do again is to sort of like do this, because this is how somebody's going to feel about it. Does that make sense? Like, somebody's going to feel this way and think this way because I can hear my conscience thinking it. And I'm thinking it's going in my brain. I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can see, like, it doesn't really kind of bother me. Like, I don't let things really bother me, but what you have to realize is that I care a lot. And so what my head starts to do is it goes, well, but it doesn't bother you. It's going to be a real problem for these people and this type of person and this type. And I start thinking about all the people I know that are like that would actually be bothered by this and this and this. And so I start to care a little bit more about this, this, and this. And so I have a much more passionate voice for this, this, and this. So like case in point, I hear that somebody I know gets bullied into leaving the platform or something like that. I suddenly care a lot about the nature of what goes on this platform. I suddenly care a lot, because I should. That's what people should do. They should change the way they feel about things based on the way that the public is treated. I mean, if it's crazy. It really is. That because of politics, because of somebody being right or wrong and admitting that they're either right or wrong, would somehow bear any weight on people choosing to discredit a politician, or something like that. I really can't understand why people do that anymore. I accept that I actually do. Yeah, because the voters that vote for like Trump and Republicans and stuff like that, Democrats don't retaliate and do things to piss you off just because they were irritated that you blocked this and that, and they couldn't make money off of it. That's the reality. Democrats don't retaliate in Congress. Republicans do. They sit there and they find every reason to retaliate on you and get back at you. This is the reality. This is what's been happening. This is why Democratic voters get super pissed. This is why it got violent. This is why because flat out some of the governments in the areas are being unfair and unjust to people and being politically biased and actually taking action on people because of politics, because of the way people view other people's political opinions, because it matters to them how their opinion of a politician is. And they would actually harm people that pay their taxes, like just hardworking, good people. They would actually harm them just because their political opinion of this politician's different from yours. And people in other countries see this too. This is a way to weaken America. Americans are fucking stupid. So they'll just continue to fall for it and get their information from memes. And meanwhile, the rest of the world continues to manipulate Americans because of how fucking stupid they are. You do realize half those memes you see are just scammers and people from Russia and shit like that, literally causing chaos. You do realize that, right? You do realize that Russia thinks it's really super funny that Donald Trump became president because they took out ads on Facebook for him to win and lied to you and stuff like that. Misinformation and Facebook ads. Russia paid for Facebook ads to promote Trump during the election, the first time he ran. And you saw those ads. It affected you. The polling numbers went up after that happened. Stuff like that. Like misinformation. The whole point was that it was very obvious to them. All they had to do was lie to you in a funny way. Instantly you are manipulated. Instantly you are manipulated. Just simply lie to you in a funny way and you're fine. Fine. That's fine. This is why content creation, some of these guys are starting to look like scammers. Because the point is, yeah, if somebody, you actually will say, take my money, if somebody just wants to endlessly lie to you, but in a funny way. You will actually say, take my money to somebody. Kind of like when Asmongold makes stupid fucking headlines that say things like Trump ended the war in Israel. Trump didn't end the war in Israel. No. Donald Trump's not president. Why do you implicitly give credit to things? Like, why do you always do this? Why are you dumb? Why do you literally, any chance that you get to not just look like you made the wrong choice for president, you like take the thing the Democrat did and give it to Trump. It's not something he did. You're just lying. Why would you do that? Like, why would you just sit there and lie about your own fucking candidate? You didn't do anything. How about the trade war he started that raised all the prices? How about that? You're not talking about that. That's something he did. Why don't you talk about that? Oh, right, because he didn't end the war in Israel. Right, we're talking about that, right? And then everybody, like, that's the point. Everybody hangs on to what these guys say, and they're just as misinformed as you. By the way, that's the asshole admitting that he's getting his news from memes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm totally fine with calling him an asshole. That's fine. I don't care. You getting your news from memes, you're being an asshole. Doesn't mean I think he's always an asshole. Doesn't mean I think ill of him as a person. Just means I think he's being an asshole. You can get your news from memes. And then he sits there and spreads misinformation. He sits there and like talks about the drama and misinformation. Like the stuff going on with CNN. Yeah. Even though Fox News misreports all the time, they've had multiple lawsuits over this. They literally lie all the time for Trump. And he doesn't talk about that. He never fucking talked about that. But CNN. It's so this. Like, Asmon just, he is based. Again, he is based. He will literally choose to not look at certain information because he knows it will change his opinion of Trump. Even though that information is correct. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want to harm his already good view and opinion of Trump. Even though he knows. This is what everybody does. They just go, yeah, let's just talk about that. Like, I'll sit here all day long and I'll talk about all the terrible things that Trump did, and there's no debate. There's no, oh, well, he did that for this or he did that for that. Because the point is, you can't say that. Because pretty much everything that he's done is a terrible thing. You just literally can't fucking say it. Because it's stuff that you shouldn't have done, period. That's why. Because there's no debate. That's why. That's why they can't do it. That's why they have to take this tone. Because there isn't one. And he knows it. He knows there's no debate. That's like, he'll lose his entire audience. This is the problem. This is the problem. I think that's so fucked up that he continues being a misinforming jackass. Just because he wants to and not only that, he actually lives in Texas too. What an ass. Yeah, like he actually knows it's more about the state government than anything. What an ass. Yeah, he should know that. What an ass. Start electing better representatives. Ted fucking Cruz ain't it. Dipshit. Pay attention to your own fucking elections. Stop worrying about the federal ones because your choice is a dumpster fire. Yep. My choice was District Attorney of California. Worked very hard. First woman vice president. Excellent, overly qualified choice. Your guy? Yeah. Billionaire, narcissist. Sounds like a guy that really worked super hard. Having billions means you worked super hard. Yep. I believe that. You're dumb if you think that. Truthfully. I can't help you and nobody can. You really are dumb and you need to become more informed and cultured about the world. I'm sorry. It's not an insult. It's literally, I'm trying to inform you. If you really think that billionaires work hard, you're dumb. It's so opposite. It's so opposite they don't have to do a fucking thing. You don't understand. Everybody wants a piece of them. Everybody's helping them. Everybody wants to scratch their back. Everybody wants to be their friend. Shut the fuck up because you don't know how it is. You don't know. Yeah, Mr. Well, I'm a millionaire. I do know because people do that with me. No. You're not Donald Trump. You didn't just have a shitload of people get arrested for enticing violence, threatening to kill a bunch of people, and storming the Capitol while destroying some shit in your name. Yeah, you aren't basically Hitler. Okay? So shut the fuck up. Again, you have absolutely zero debate topic when we mention that. Democratic voters never fucking marched on Washington and smeared shit on the walls. Okay? That didn't happen. Trump voters, on the other hand, okay, you guys keep proving time and time again how fucking stupid you are. So you want to be based about something? I'm extremely based about that. Yep, you better believe it. I am extremely based about the fact that people that vote for Donald Trump are extremely fucking stupid when it comes to politics. So you want to continue being based? Okay. You get round of applause because you just gave me the justification to continue being based about you. I deserve that right because you're doing it. Eye for an eye, right? That's what you think. No, I am always here to tell you two wrongs don't make a right. I've always said that. Yeah, you don't like it, do you? I dropped my cap as soon as I opened it, and I haven't been able to find it. It's just because it's dark. I do have a light down there, too. It's weird, I don't even see it. Huh. Yeah, I got you. See just fine, just sit down there. I finally cleaned the car. Oh, that's kind of nice. Because it needed to be done for so long. I was just so busy with doing other things. I was just never able to do it. It's so nice. Yeah, I don't have to like look back and just, because like I had some stuff in the back I had to get out. I had just legit, I just literally had to actually clean it too. And now it's like, oh, yay, clean. Anyway, gotta recover. No, not me. I got a recover. Does anybody else do this? Do you wipe off the top? You should. The cans. Clean the top before you drink it. Wipe it off. At least. Just a tip for you. Or do you need me to remind you of the news article from a few years back? See, I did that long before that, but then the news article came and I was like, oh, I was doing that. But, I mean, it's the sort of thing where they just use that. You know what I mean? Like, the people that do that regularly know about that sort of possibility, but it's like, it's such a low chance. But yeah, what are the odds, right? He just pops open a can of something, has no idea. Just... So anyway, got a recovery here. Recover. I recover. A lemonade recover. That's what we got. A lemonade recover. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and appreciate the feedback. I appreciate Cookie for being in here. Thanks for stopping in. He said looking good. Thanks. This is cold tonight, so I get my hood up. This is cold. Super cold tonight. But yeah. It's the sort of thing where I see that guy making all these videos of self-defense, this and that, and I want it to be better. You know, like I want it to look like it's actually like he actually knows what he's doing, because he doesn't. Clearly does not. So I'm trying to just like balance content and what you guys want to see versus what I want to make too. And that's the sort of thing where, well, like just now, where we're 2 hours in, and been pretty engaging the whole time. I've plenty to talk about with this guy. Where there's plenty of points to mention of things that he's not doing right, and of why it's a bad call, and why it looks bad, why you don't do that, and stuff like that. So there is plenty of subject matter here. For those of you who watch content creators for voice and stuff like that, a lot of you do. Let's be honest. A lot of you are here on various channels because you like the way somebody sounds, and you want to listen to them as you relax or have them on in the background and stuff like that. And part of the reason why I have irritated people over the years is because they do like my voice, and they'll put me on, and then I'll just start yelling and swearing and stuff like that, and then I have to like really quickly turn it off. So the point is, to show you over the years how many people will, instead of modifying and trying to like accept it a little bit more, accept that's just some words, and like just try to be accepting of it and stuff like that, and accepting of me and accepting of all people that would be like that, they allow it to affect them, and they kind of get angry and retaliate, and some, not all, some. And so like the point is to show you again, to if somebody is doing the right thing, they'll just walk away. They'll just be like, well, I can't watch the content anymore, sorry. It's kind of bothering me, so no hard feelings, see you later. And that's what a reasonable person would do, right? So the point is to show you just how many people are not normal anymore. It's pretty much everybody. Everybody is out to get somebody, and blame somebody for their problems. That's it. You want to blame everybody for your little fucking insignificant issues in life, and so that way somebody else can come along and make your life a little bit easier. That's what you want. You want to make somebody look bad and say they made this all terrible, so that way you can have an easier time. Everybody does this. Everybody. Jobs, internet, everybody. This is like an everybody thing. And it's the toxicity of social media. It's the thing ingrained in everybody's mind, where they're always worried about, like what somebody's posting, what somebody's gonna say, yada yada yada, and they always have that fear in the back of their minds of essentially what like somebody well, basically what this guy's doing to me. You know what I mean? And so like that's the point, is people do actually fear that, and that actually is a real stalking, harassment situation that a lot of people fear. A lot of people that would be very bad for them because of the way their lives are and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that is a real, that's actually regular. Most people have that in the back of their mind where that's the fear. And so that's how these scammers take advantage. And a lot of them play on that fear, and a lot of the trolls do too. They do. This is why I've again reminded you guys that you need to be understanding of the way people feel about their information. If they don't want it out there, that's as simple as that. There was even some things of mine that I had to edit recently that I didn't know about. So I want to reiterate to you again, if you see something on my channel that you think probably shouldn't be there and you want to let me know or something like that, please do. Like I'm talking like information or something like that where I made an oops. Because this happens. Like you leak like personal information or may just make a mistake, or even top streamers do this. We're talking about streamers that have millions of subs, that go live and stuff. They make this mistake too. They do. Okay? We're all human. So the point is, please tell me. Don't just keep it to yourself. Are you kidding me? I don't necessarily know. Like it goes so far from a stream. What do you think? I watch every single stream I've ever done on loop every day or so? How am I going to do that? No. And also, no, I don't sit there and do that. No. So, like, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. Because I don't know unless you tell me. And yeah, I had to, recently, I had to do some editing and clip, and fix some things that I didn't realize. There was some information. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. But, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it was there, so due diligence, being as preventive as possible. I mean, like, that's what I get concerned about, like, just... Yeah, I mean, like, you guys wonder why, like, I'm very careful about, like placement and stuff. It's just because of who watches this channel. They are looking for anything. You have to realize that. So, like, that's why it is that way. Is just for the protection of it. Not to give them any reason, you know what I'm saying? And they're looking for it. They're waiting for it. So, hence the yeah, I need to be this is why I like to be organized too. I like to be organized because then that helps me avoid that. Obviously, if you're organized, it's a little bit easier to help take action and stuff like that. And yeah, because it's also chaotic. You just see where the problem is. But if you're not organized, you don't see what the problem is. YouTube has a feature that I don't like, and it's the feature that everybody has on their channel. You know the stupid. I know I'm calling it stupid. It's not stupid. It's fine for channels. It's just not. I don't like it for mine necessarily because it. I wish I could make a custom pane. You know how like you put the content in a line on your channel and each one's like suggested or this or like playlists or whatever, you know, like there's like a on a home page. I wish I could make a custom one. Why can't I do that? It's my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish, like why can't I on my fucking channel be like, all right, homepage, these are all the, like this is the game we're playing now because we're playing this current game. Here are all the Soulstone Survivor streams right now. Like you can see a bunch in a row right now. Why can't I do that? Why can't I just add a tab right there on the home page? Here's Soulstone. Why is this something that I can't do? I would love for my YouTube to just be a fucking list. When you go to the page, games, Soulstone Survivors, Metal Gear Solid, WoW, Hearthstone, Hitman. You don't gotta look for playlists. You don't gotta search. You don't gotta do anything. You don't gotta endlessly scroll. Here it is. You swipe left. That's it. Oh, Hitman? I just simply scroll down the Hitman, swipe left. Oh, that looks cool. Bam. Why the fuck can't I do that? Why can't I customize my entire channel to whatever I want? YouTube decides it. That's weird to me. You're not in charge of my channel, YouTube. I am. That's kind of the point. That's what's irritating to me. And this is what YouTube does. Instead of letting the content creator have control over their own content. Huh? Yet there are content creators that make an entire living off of this platform using third-party monetization. Huh? And you can't, and yet I can't do full customization. Open source, full customization. You know how cool that would be? If I go to my YouTube page and there's like a background and shit like that, it looks all cool. You know how fucking cool that would be if I could actually customize it. Not just a fucking cover, but like remember MySpace? You could get like themes and everything. How cool is this? And they're not doing it? Are you kidding me? Do you not want people to watch YouTube? Why do you think people spend time on other apps? It's fun to look at. Make it fun. Yeah, if you go to my page and there's a list of games, you'll just have fun looking through the list of games. Wow, he plays all these games? Let's look at all this shit. Wow, he plays all this shit. And you just start like swiping through some of the games. Oh wow, he's only got 2 streams for this game. Oh wow, I bet that was shit. Let's go take a look. You know, like that sort of thing. Why can't I do that? Makes no sense to me. Freaking YouTube, man. Appreciate you guys watching. I do. I'm tired. Are we doing a stream tonight? I'm tired, man. I gotta be honest with you though. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you though, like, I enjoy like streaming games, having a chat, talking to people and stuff like that. The reality of it is that the reality of it is that most, in my opinion, these days that want to participate in a live chat kind of don't really get the point. And I feel like everybody that kind of goes into a live chat anymore anyway sort of feels like everybody is there for one purpose, or one is there for like one based reason basically. And this is kind of just generally what's been happening, and what I've noticed is that there's this weird cult phenomenon going on with like chats and just basically people interacting online in chat rooms and not really understanding the purpose of interaction. So like, all right, let me just tell you something. What I think needs to happen, I think that public school systems need to start having classes called social media and viewing the world, or social media and social politics. Maybe call it that. Maybe call it social politics. Because I think it's incredibly important to teach people that in a chat room at any given time, there are probably several scammers, maybe a hacker or two, and some bots at any given time. And they're waiting. They're waiting for the dumbass to come in and give some piece of information that they can take. They're waiting for the dumbass to come in with his real picture and his real name. They're waiting for the dumbass to come in with his real picture and his real name, and then give some sort of other third piece of information that now doxes that person and gives the scammer what they want. Yada yada yada. There needs to be education, because people just say things and do things, and they're stupid. And then like their family member or something like that gets their entire bank account emptied out, and they don't realize that it was because of this other fucking scammer that's been looking into this other person that knows this person. And just because you know somebody, and now this jackass is irresponsible with their phone and irresponsible with security information, and you're in their contacts list on their phone. Now this scammer siphons your information from this person because this other person isn't protected with it. That's how it works. That's how they're doing. So you're like, oh, how do they do? Oh, how do they know all this? Wow, they're not actually getting it by hacking. They're scamming people. They're getting it through evil, slimy, disgusting means. They're pretending. Yeah, they're just going on people's accounts and stuff like that and stealing the information. Which is why certain companies should not, when an account is suspended and not logged into for X amount of time, they should not leave that account information viewable to the public. They should hide that. X amount of days without login. Okay, we're hiding all your account information because we don't even know if you use this account anymore. Just assume that account is abandoned and somebody forgot the login. Start hiding the info, because this is the issue. The issue is now the scammers will find all of your shit that you abandoned, all your like 3 or 5 fucking Facebooks that you think are deleted, you think aren't there anymore. No, they're there. The scammer has them. They have gained access to them because you're a dumbass. Oh, you lost access, so you just forgot about it and moved on? Idiot. You lost access because a scammer got it. Moron. And then you didn't deal with it. And then they just started siphoning information out of your friends. They're messaging your friends, pretending to be you. You know how many fucking times this happens? Often. Stop it. Stop being dumb. Stop being regularly fucking stupid. Stop. Please stop. We need this education. We need it to be added in schools because people are regularly fucking stupid. Why would you ever go into a chat room? For any reason. Oh, because you want attention. That's the point. Well, stop doing it. People go into chat rooms because they want attention. Why else do you go in? Why else do you go in a chat room to talk? People go in there because they want attention. That is 90% of people. For those of us who know how the chat works, those of us who are streaming, we want people to talk to that either A, knows how the fucking game works and can actually constructively say things. Because I got news for you. Educating me, like I had somebody in my chat the one time that like tried to claim they were being helpful, and all they were doing was filling chat with basic information. I was playing Overwatch. I was playing Overwatch and I had just come back to the game, and this person was acting like they never asked me if I played the game before. Like they just jumped all these conclusions, and they started typing huge like paragraphs of information in chat about like each character's detail and information. Look, I don't need you to do that. You don't need to sit there like to me that looks like botting. It kind of looks like you're botting, and maybe you're not, but like just don't do that stuff. Answer my questions. That's it. Like don't help unless it's asked for, and then be supportive. Like if you want attention in a streamer's chat, get attention being supportive. That's how you get it. Don't be a whiny little bitch demanding it. You're gonna get fucking blocked like No Sleep did, and then you're gonna have some fucking some weird thing where you stalk somebody forever because you can't take being blocked like a little bitch. So stop it, okay? Be helpful. Be supportive. www. Win. Good stream. Awesome stream. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your support today, man. I'll mod you up or whatever for being so supportive. Wow, you're really helpful to the stream. Thank you so much. It really is amazing how many trolls we get. People know how this process fucking works, yet I have to explain it to you. Chat isn't for you, it's for me. I already fucking told you this way back in the beginning. It's just that you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle hearing it that way. You couldn't handle hearing it that way because you wanted to be selfish about people's chats. You wanted to go in, you wanted to troll, you wanted to bully, you wanted to fucking have the audacity to say, I deserve the right to do this. You don't. It's my fucking chat. Get the fuck out. The point is, now it's happened to you, and you're on the receiving end of it, and you actually realize how bad it is. You actually finally realized it. So the point is, stop doing this. Stop taking years to get to the same conclusion I've already gotten at. And I'm trying to educate you, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm just reasonable. I've gone through this. I'm trying to share my experiences with you. Please listen. Because it's just to help. Otherwise, I'm wasting my breath, man. I don't waste my breath. I say this to help you. I would actually much rather just be lazy and play video games like a lot of other people do and sit in front of the camera. Just sit there and game endlessly and just not say anything. I would love to do that. Some of these streamers that I'll tune into, they got like hundreds of people watching, just literally sitting there playing a game, doing nothing, not saying anything. Just like zero interaction. It was like, oh, he's so good. They're being so supportive. And yet every time I do that, I get like massively trolled. So the point is, my plan worked. It's just that you guys paying attention. You weren't paying attention to the fact that the plan that I had early on, where I was going to show you that I was going to say a bunch of stuff, and I did. You know what I mean? Like where people could just troll, and they did. And all they do is try to do that. So people will momentarily in their brains just decide how they feel about you and not change their opinion of you. This is what everybody does. They've done it with Trump, they've done it with me, they do it with Biden, they do it with everybody. You shouldn't do this. Don't do this with people. You need to be able to change your mind about people. And you also need to be able to change it back. I have a real hell of a time reasonably changing my my opinion, because there's nothing reasonable about me accepting Trump as president. I have every reason to discredit him. But he is president. You voted for him. So the reasonable tactic for me to not go too crazy would again to just be accept it, move on. And I am. I've told you guys, he gets a clean slate. That's reasonable. The point is, I'm taking that route because otherwise I'd end up like y'all. Yeah, I'd just be like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the point. Like, he still gets the clean slate, but the point is I'm still going to talk to you guys and tell you about all the new stuff that continues to happen that I dislike, that he kind of has already started. Yeah, he does. He gets a clean slate, and that's a reasonable take, is because you voted for him. All right, I have to get over it and move on because it is what it is. But the point is, all right, so if he does something else that's bad, can we talk about it then? Or should we just never talk about it if he does something that's bad? Should I just never talk? Like that. This is the point. Is like you don't want to hear it if it's actually bad. Well, clearly not. Yeah, clearly not. That's why I was wondering if I felt like streaming. I don't know. It's a fucking high beat. On the way. Ice skating. Oh, it's so cool. There's all these people ice skating. It's so cool. Oh wow, yeah, it's 19 degrees now. I gotta figure something out here, because I don't want to do what I've been doing, like, as a regular thing any longer. If that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying, basically, about, like, you guys know how, you know, like I was talking about, like, the stream the other night, like, basically, like, well, the other night, last night, when I complain about something in a game, and I get kind of loud about it, stuff like that, what you have to realize is that I actually will loudly complain, but I will loudly complain in a correct manner. Does that make sense? So what you have to realize is that I do actually make very, very good points, and it is very valid. But all anybody focuses on is the tone and how they're affected by that. Did you ever notice that? And that's actually kind of been the point, is that you should be able to watch somebody do that and not be affected by it. So the question is, why are you? Why are people affected by this? Is it because it's actually the tone? Or do you think it's because the people that are pretending to be affected by it are Trump voters? Playing with you. Being trolls. Pretending. Yes. These people are some of the most manipulative, nasty, and this is the point. They don't want to be wrong, so much so that they will defend Trump implicitly every time he's wrong, every fucking time he lies, and they're never wrong, even though he's wrong every time he speaks. He literally lies every time he fucking opens his mouth. And he still hasn't stopped doing it, by the way. Even as this new president, like, he really hasn't stopped. So it really is mind-boggling to me why anybody continues to be liars for him. Yeah, here you are, still doing it. So the point is, I've started to easily recognize the regular trolling nature of people that just simply don't want to be wrong. So therefore they crash and burn and try to drag you down with them. Basically, that's what they do. Yep. They will not simply just admit, yes, I was wrong about Trump, say it out loud, and fucking move on with their goddamn lives. They will continue lying, making up lies, being emotional, standing up for a jackass, I'll just to fucking continue being stupid and being in the wrong. I literally have no idea why you would ever do that. I have no fucking clue. Except to further perpetuate the excuse that you now don't have to feel a certain way. You don't have to become informed and take the time to do that. You can just pick Trump and defend him implicitly, even though he's terrible for the country, even though he makes bad decisions, even though he's costly, even though it's very obvious shitloads of other countries around the world are manipulating our elections, regularly manipulating the viewpoints of Americans, and so much so that they actually sat there, caused regular problems for my stream anytime I talked about Trump, to reasonably inform you about him. Like, we're talking about regular things we noticed and can prove too, even in the media, other people reporting these things. Russia doing it, India doing it, China doing it. All these countries want Trump as our president. And yet all these countries have individually made threats to America recently. And yet they all want Trump as president. And you're too fucking stupid to understand why. You're too fucking stupid to understand he's predictable. You're too fucking stupid to understand that these idiots can literally manipulate our president because he's predictable. That's it. That's why. That's why you don't elect a fucking moron that does what he wants, because he's predictable. Biden's not. You have no fucking, he's a brick wall. You have no idea. Smart. Obama, same thing. Hell, even Bush. He had integrity with it. Trump, flat out, in an interview, admitted he would sell secrets to the enemy. He would commit treason if given a deal. He admitted this, and you just voted for him. I was talking about this for fucking ever. He admitted he would commit treason. He's actually sort of done this multiple times, admitted to this. And everybody just continues fucking voting. Goddamn stupid is what you are. Jesus Christ himself would say that. Guarantee it. Jesus Christ himself would call Donald Trump the Antichrist. That's what he is. It's biblical. The Bible even warned us about this guy. He's going to come looking like me. How many times does Donald Trump try to make references, and other people make references for him too, of him being like the new Jesus Christ, basically, and stuff like that. And he's signing Bibles and charging money for them. Did you know that he had a charity where they auctioned art, and then you found out that the charity didn't actually go to charity? It went into a private account that was in Donald Trump Jr.'s name. So every single dollar donated went to Donald Trump Jr., not charity. We're talking like millions, I think. Yeah. This is what these assholes get up to. And you're worried about Hunter Biden and some fucking thing in some other country. I'm worried about the a million things that Donald Trump does here in this country that are illegal, that are fucking terrible. And you're making some shit up about like this is the reality of what voters did, of what fucking douchebag asshole voters did. There was nothing to say about Biden. Great candidate, nothing bad to say. So when we would talk about all the fucking shit Donald gets up to, idiots would just be like, oh, Hunter Biden. Hunter. Shut the, like, what the fuck? That's, like, completely irrelevant. What the fuck are you talking about? So, like it's, people are, God, it's just so fucking dumb. God, people are stupid. I can't. This is where, like, I can't, guys. I can't. You're dumb. Stop it. The more I think about it, the more I get dumber. I start lowering my IQ points, and I'm like, nope. I gotta smack myself in the face a few times. You're like, no. Psh, psh, psh. No, stop it. Don't be dumb, too. I can't see. I just can't. And, like, every smart person I know, too, they start realizing it, too. Like, they just do the same thing. They're just like, the fuck? The fuck? And I even called it. One of the smartest people on the planet, Elon Musk, suddenly backed Trump out of nowhere. I told you it was because he wanted to use him. I told you he wants to talk about him. He wants something to get out of that. Guarantee it. I said that. And believe me, don't you? Fucking trust that guy. You're talking about it. You're talking about a guy that single-handedly uses his own fucking technology to spy on people. Yeah, you want to know? Yeah, that's what Elon Musk gets up to. And not only that, he's allowed because he has a fucking security clearance. Yeah, this is America. Do you want to know why I think Amber Heard went crazy? Because she seemed pretty normal for a while anyway. A while back. Do you want to know why I think she went fucking crazy? Elon Musk. Yeah, I think she dated Elon Musk. And after he, like, went through all her shit, spied on her a million times, I found out that this is what Musk did, and it is incredibly awkward. Huge conflict of interest, and the cast of Justice League should fucking sue the shit out of Elon Musk. They should sue the fucking shit out of him. He actually hired somebody to be on set to make sure Amber Heard wasn't mistreated during filming. So let me get this straight. The boyfriend of a cast member paid money to somebody to stand there and undermine a director and be on location there, somehow legally making sure she's not mistreated. No, what he fucking did was make the whole staff feel uncomfortable the whole fucking time, anytime they'd speak to her or have any type of criticisms or anything about her performance or anything she's doing. That's what that would do. It would be awkward, make everybody uncomfortable, and it'd be a conflict of interest. Elon Musk should be sued so fucking bad for that. That is so fucked up. And he wants to look like he's like being a a good man or something like that by doing that? No. What a moron. Yeah, no, I get it. You're trying to look like a knight in shining armor taking care of her. What a moron. Spend your money on better things. That like the fact that he wasn't, him and his infinite IQ points didn't see past that shows me he doesn't understand social situations and politics. Elon Musk doesn't get politics. He really doesn't. These are social things. These aren't necessarily things really smart people understand. You have to understand social interactions and stuff like that. It's not everybody. And usually the logical thinkers and academics actually grossly overlook it. Yeah, they're usually like the awkward people with like Asperger's and stuff like that. Pretty sure Elon's got some form of that too. Okay. So I just, again, want to throw that out there. That he there is such a too logical. Like there's too much. He said this, and people thought it too. People were like, "His son's dead." Like they were like concerned. He's not dead. No. He just said this because his son is woke. No lie. That's the reason. That is the reason. No lie. It's literally the reason he said it. I'm not making that up. Any parent anywhere should be like rolling their eyes so fucking hard that they flip out of their skull. Like, fuck is the matter with you, you stupid piece of shit. You endless piece of shit. He's too woke. It sounds to me like his dad needs to support him and find out why he cares so much about everything that's going wrong. Maybe support him. Maybe his son wants to be a police officer or wants to be a politician or wants to help out and just cares. No. You know what? No. He's woke. What a stupid asshole. And this is how I look. This is how I feel about the way Asmund treats that shit too. What a fucking asshole. Like just the fact that you would look at it like that. You would actually judge a person. Everybody's gonna bully this person and agree with you and treat people. You don't itemize people. You don't just. How would you like that, asshole? That's the point. That's what I'm doing. You are like that. You are the fucking asshole that's doing this, that's causing this. You're the piece of shit. It's you. It's not him. He's talking about the problems. You're the problem. So therefore, you're like, nah, it's him. Fuck you. Yeah, Asmongold, I am calling you out. You're the problem. You. Is asshole, idiot, fucking moron. I can't think of enough insults to call you. You don't understand politics. Shut up already. Imagine claiming that Trump ends the war in Israel. What a dumb fuck. And just so that you know, it's not over. Yeah, you think that. It's not all that simple. And not only that, again, it's the fucking plan Biden introduced. He introduced it, I'm pretty sure, earlier this year, right? I'm sorry, earlier last year. I apologize. Earlier last year, right? Right? Yeah, Biden introduced this plan. Period. I remember it. Because I pay attention. This is how I just knew. I saw the title of his fucking thing and went, oh, here we go. Yep, so because Asmongold watches only Trump media, he doesn't know this was Biden's idea. So therefore, Trump ended the... Okay, all right. What a fucking moron. Got it. What a stupid asshole. Got it. Yep, okay. Got it. Got it. And again, I love the guy. I do, as a person. But he is the one that's based. And actually treating people that way. Because, again, he's the one with the giant community that does this. That jumps down people's throats when they act a certain way. And so, and it's like admitting to getting your news from memes and shit. Fuck that. Stop it. Get your news. Admit that you don't do that, because I got real news for you. Admitting that you do that basically admits that you don't know anything. Yeah. It's true. One of the most politically informed people on the planet is Bernie Sanders. Everything he says is just on point, man. This is the point. And he's screaming from the hills, trying to speak for y'all, tell y'all what is and what isn't. And nobody listens. And again, he's right in the middle. He's an independent. He's not a Democrat. That's what people think. No, he just ran that way because he knew he had to run in the either Democrat or Republican, or he wouldn't get elected. He wouldn't have a chance. He's independent. And you listen to what he says. He's right about everything. That's the guy you can listen to. That's like that one guy, and he's super old. He ain't gonna last long. He ain't get much of left, unfortunately. And this is what's unfortunate, is the further we get into this weird future where people want to be lied to instead of told the truth and stuff like that, the further we get from somebody that's going to be transparent and tell us all that shit that's going on, like Bernie, the further you get into brainwashing, which is what North Korea and China does to their citizens. And Russia, too. And India. Yeah. Do you know that the North Koreans think that the U.S. randomly started the Korean War? Did you know that? North Koreans are lied to every day and convinced that the U.S. somehow had something to do with the two countries fighting each other and being eternally in a civil war with each other. I got news for you. The Koreans started the Korean War. Yeah. Hence the name. Yeah. They probably don't call it that. So that's what you have to realize, is they're going to have their own name for it. This is what people don't realize. They don't think about it like that. Yeah, they don't think about it like that. They're like, well, it's the Korean War. Of course that do you think it's called that over there? That'd be like saying if aliens came here, that they would call this Earth. You know, this would be Earth. No, this would be like K147. This planet would be like K147. It ain't Earth. It ain't home to them. They don't give a shit. This is what you need to realize. That's the important concept to retain, okay? we started to realize how brainwashed and bad it was when tourists started visiting North Korea, and they require them to stay in certain areas. They have to be with a guide the whole time. And absolutely, this is crazy. Here's how crazy it is. It's so bad. The people can't look at you. I'm not making that up. They can't look at you. If you're an American and you go to North Korea to visit, the people that live there can't look at you. I'm not making that up. That's real. And if they look at you, they'll be thrown in jail. I'm not making that up. It's real. That's North Korea. Because it is so controlled and so bad, your physical appearance, the way you've evolved, like they are stuck in the 90s. We're now almost 30 years past the 90s. We are so much more grossly evolved from them. You know, they're like short too. They're small people. They have little features. We have evolved so much more past them, and are so much more civilized. You know, like we're cleaner, we're healthier. The point is that they will start to deduce those things simply looking at us. They will deduce that the government's lying to them about Americans. They will immediately realize with their eyes, if they look at us, that they're not being told the truth. That's why they're so controlled. It'll literally be as simple as the color of your skin looks pinker and more healthy than the extremely pasty white color that pretty much all of them have, because pretty much all of them have malnutrition. Pretty much. No, except for Kim Jong-un. Dude's fat. Go shove some more donuts down, fatty. Meanwhile, go keep threatening nuclear war when you don't have the balls to back it up. Listen, man, I got news for you. All you did was continue to be brainwashed. You know what's funny? Kim Jong-un is more educated than anybody in that country because he was shipped to a high school in Switzerland. They recognize that even their education isn't enough. And they picked Switzerland, mind you. Yeah. So think about where the developed and educated countries are, and why we remind you all that Europe is to be protected. Okay, this is why. And because Europe is doing it right now, they have a dark history and they don't want to return to it. That's why they're doing it right. We, however, seem to want to repeat European history. Stop it. Stop it. How much time do I got? Oh, wow. I didn't think we were going to be that low battery. Well, actually, I should probably head in. I'm pretty tired. And I don't know. Maybe I'll stream something, but I'm kind of tired. And I'm thinking about a lot at the moment, so I don't know, we'll see. I gotta get a focus on some. If that happens, then great, we'll stream. If not, then I'll probably just pick it up tomorrow and have more of a focused manner about it, because like I don't want to just start streaming and is not really a focused manner. I like to talk about something and have a purpose, you know, to what we're doing. Appreciate you guys. I do. And I appreciate the ones that come on here and like and come and chat. Like I said, guys, if the chat's not available, that's just because lately we've been dealing with the trolling situation, so we're just trying to protect everybody's information and stuff. Case in point, you saw earlier, as soon as chat, like that person subscribed very early in the stream and literally waited the 20 minutes so they could type that message. The YouTube app only lets me go up to 20 minutes. I couldn't like choose like 5 days from now or something. So that's why that happened. So like this troll that came in here and sat and typed a message about some fucking weird stalking or something like that. Like that's the point. It's just that stalker on one of his accounts, and even after being blocked, he deletes the message so that YouTube can't read it. That's the point. That's what he's doing. I can even see it. I see it every time he does it. And by the way, just so you know, the guy's a scammer. He's not who you think he is. The guy that's stalking me and doing all this, you guys know that he's a scammer, right? He's not who you think he is. That guy is literally a scammer. You shouldn't subscribe to his channel or pay him any mind whatsoever. Dude is a scammer. I just want you to know that. He's flat out a scammer. That's why I reported at the Scammer Payback. Dude is literally a scammer. Just letting you know. Yeah, I'll leave it there. But you know, you endlessly spend your times in people's streams and endlessly are stalking somebody. That's a scammer. That's somebody working on this particular account. You know, he's looking at it as an account. He's a scammer. He's spending time stalking me, learning information, posting it. He actually did a stream, I think a few hours ago, using my real picture from like high school or something like that. So like that's the point. Like he's like sharing these pictures and stuff. He shared like a picture that I used for one of my graduation pictures or something like that, where I'm sitting in front of my snare drum, and so like it's creepy. You know, he uses like a real picture from something that he got from somewhere to make you feel a certain type of way or something. So like the point is, if YouTube doesn't remove this guy soon, all it's going to happen is it's going to be literally an entire channel full of scams, and he's going to be continued to justify to do this to other people. He's going to keep doing it. So, yeah. Just want to throw that out there. And also, remember, he didn't make any conducive, good content whatsoever before. All he started doing was clipping my my streams so that he could get views. And he's getting subscribers and views off of sharing my stuff. So that's the only reason he's even getting anything. So the point is, he's already seeing a return on what he's doing, you know, where he's essentially getting something out of you know, continuing to scam somebody and stuff like that. So it's really bad that they just continue to let that channel exist on the platform. And you know, that's bad. And I want to remind you, he doxed and shared many different other people's info too, not just mine. It was many other people. Many. And he still does. He still has some of those accounts. Some of those accounts he has made on his YouTube channel. He has like real people's names and pictures, and he has a whole bunch of accounts just like ready to go, so that he can like come and chat and pretend to be this real person or something like that, and essentially just dox that person in somebody's chat and pretend to be them. All while thinking that's funny. Meanwhile, doxing them and that information and stuff like that to be at risk. So again, this guy again is a scammer. So the longer that YouTube allows that to continue, is just YouTube allowing a scammer to have a content creation channel, and they do. Case in point, we showed you guys all the scammers that sit there and repost streams and do new live streams too of like women in India. Like they're like using them. They're like laying in a bed. They're like grabbing them. They're like bouncing up and down, showing their chest. Sometimes there's kids in the background, but either way, there's always like some Indian guy there on his phone the whole time, and there's like a shitload of bots in chat. They're always asking for cash apps. They're always reposting the same type of channel, same type of content, and it's always in like this dingy fucking shack with one bed. There's nothing in there. It's bad, and it's all over the fucking swipe feed for X amount of time, and I was talking about it and talking about it, and then YouTube tried to hide it. And the reason why we're not getting any traffic, the reason why this is all happening, is because YouTube did this. YouTube wants this scammer to harass me because they don't like the fact that every day when they were de-escalating my streams, not sending me any concurrents, I was showing you that they were sending hundreds, if not thousands of concurrents to some channel where some fucking woman was laying in bed being used. And it was all the time. It was like every fucking stream. It's still there. They didn't remove the channels. I reported videos, and they specifically removed only the ones I reported, but didn't remove the channel. And it was nothing but sex content. And they were making money off of it too. Monetizing, super chats. They had multiple accounts. It's bad. They have gambling accounts. They have. We're talking about some serious stuff here. Okay, that's human trafficking stuff. You guys realize that, right? Like that, we're talking about human trafficking type stuff. Yeah, that's fucked up. So YouTube is just. There you go. There you go, kids. There you go. There's some content for you. Good job, music. So that's why they hate me. This is why. This is why they fucked up my app. That's why they hacked my app so that they wouldn't show up anymore on my feed. That's why. Now all I get gambling streams. I can still go find those streams. I just have to like really look for them. Yep. Because instead of fixing the problem and just being like, well, it's sex content, remove the channel. No, I'll do it. Interesting, isn't it? So that's why these things are happening. Let's start doing that. So because I'm calling out the bullshit and I'm showing you all firsthand what's on here that they shouldn't be seeing, and I'm showing it to you, Yeah, that's the point. It was already on there. I'm not showing you anything that's not on the fucking app already. Yeah. So why are you trying to act like that's on me? That's on you, YouTube. You fucking with my channel because you won't fucking do something about your platform. And that's what they've always done. Hey, Gordon Ramsay would say the same thing. Are you stupid? He would say the same thing. Are you stupid? Because it seems that way to me. Gotta go. I appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate what I gotta say, and want to hear about my experience. And I'm not claiming to know everything, but I don't typically speak about things I don't know about. And if I do, and I find out that I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'm sorry, my bad. I was wrong. But again, I just typically don't speak about things I don't know about. That's it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm heading out.